Shabbat Shalom. Kol Halal Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushua B'Hashem HaKadosh. Double honor to the elder apostles of GMS, elder bishops of GMS, and all of the elders that came before them that taught us his truth. Shalom. Shabbat Shalom and salutations to all the brothers that push the word, truth and in sincerity, the hopeful elect tabernacle of David. All right, before I start this lesson, I want to bring attention to this video. All right, and the video was put up yesterday, and the name of the channel is GMS Inspiration and Motivation. The title is "The Stubborn Man Will Become Stubble," right? Meaning get burned up in the missiles. I recommend this video to all the Akim out there because you will learn something from it. I did. I found out what I was supposed to hear, and now I have to act on that. Okay, and just really, really spiritual. All right, so I'll leave it at that. It's a little over 2 hours, like 2 hours 30 minutes, but it's absolutely worth it. Spirited and spiritual. All right, so with that, I want to move on to extraordinary measures, which is going to be the title of this lesson. Extraordinary measures. We'll start out by watching the Simpsons predicted Bank of America. All right, now this probably goes back about a year or so. Let's see. All right, so this says a year ago, Simpsons predicted Bank of America. All right, so, and this is going on right now, and we'll look further into it. Let's watch this, and then we'll get some precepts, okay?
What do you mean the bank is out of money? Insolvent? You only have enough cash for the next 3 customers.
Hey, wait, just a second here. No, I don't have your money here. It's in Bill's house and Fred's house.
Hey, what the hell you doing with my money in your house, Fred?
So fractional reserve banking is coming to an end. All right, and this is going on right now. People are mad because their money is disappearing. Why is their money disappearing? So let's go. Let's see. Where did I put this at? Okay, let's see. Let's go with. I'm gonna put in. Bear with me. Extraordinary. EXTRA. Extraordinary measures. I bought yacht. Okay. Let's do that, but let's get this first. Let's get I bought yacht. Let's get lateth himself. Come on. Here we go. Habakkuk 2 and 6. Shall not all these take up a parable against him and a taunting proverb against him? And woe to him that increaseth that which is not his, how long? And to him that ladeth himself with thick clay. All right, this thick clay goes directly to debt. Okay? It says, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his. What does that mean? That means they're going into your bank account right now and taking your money. All right? Why? Because of this debt crisis that we're in right now. All right? As of yesterday, the debt ceiling was not raised, so now it's time to pay those debts. How are they doing it? Back to this guy. What's his name? Bart Simpson. Excuse me, Salakia. So which one are we going to watch here? Extraordinary measures. What are extraordinary measures? 9 years ago. Extraordinary measures explained. Maybe we should watch it. Let's watch this real quick, because are they going to tell you right now while they're stealing your money? U.S. debt ceiling. U.S. This is yesterday, right? One day. U.S. hits debt ceiling, prompting extraordinary measures to avoid default. Okay? Treasury takes extraordinary measures as U.S. hits debt ceiling 18 hours ago. Okay? Now, let's go to this and see, they might explain what this actually means, since this is 9 years ago. So let's take a look.
When the federal government reaches the debt limit, the Treasury Department uses extraordinary measures to continue to pay bills until the debt limit is increased or suspended. These measures are a source of confusion. Here's a simple explanation of how they work. The U.S. Treasury issues two kinds of debt. When Treasury debt is issued to raise cash, this is debt held by the public. In most years, the federal government spends more than it collects in revenue, producing annual deficits that add to this debt. There is also intergovernmental debt. This is debt that is held by government accounts, such as the Social Security Trust Fund or federal employee retirement funds. This debt cannot be sold to the public. Both public debt and intergovernmental debt count toward the statutory debt limit. When the government is at the debt limit, Treasury cannot issue more debt to pay the nation's bills using normal operations. Extraordinary measures, which are basically legal accounting maneuvers, allow Treasury to temporarily reduce the amount of intergovernmental debt in certain accounts. When this debt comes off the books, it creates room under the debt limit. Extraordinary measures allow Treasury to reduce intergovernmental debt in certain accounts specified in law.
In certain accounts. Okay, when you opened a bank account and signed your name, what you didn't perceive many times is that whenever they need to, they can take the money out of your account.
The three major accounts that can be fully or partially disinvested include the government bond fund of the Thrift Savings Plan, known as the G Fund, the Civil Service Retirement and Disability Fund, which is the main pension fund for federal employees, and the Exchange Stabilization Fund, which Treasury uses for currency operations. The individual statutes for each of these funds allow them to be used as extraordinary measures. On the other hand, Treasury is not allowed to touch the Social Security or Medicare trust funds as part of extraordinary measures. Furthermore, Treasury can't add to or change the extraordinary measures. Only Congress has that power. The amount of room under the debt limit that can be created by extraordinary measures varies by the time of year. Once extraordinary measures have been used to reduce intergovernmental debt and create room under the debt limit, Treasury can use this additional room to issue new debt to the public, up to the amount of the debt limit. In other words, Treasury can issue new debt to the public up to the same amount as the intergovernmental debt that was taken off the books with the extraordinary measures.
Now, what terms do we understand here? Okay, public debt. Who's the public? That's us. How are we in debt? Okay, if we're in debt, see, because what they're doing is they're talking over your head. They're using terms that are crypto. They mean something, but they're not telling you what they mean. All right? They're speaking in code. Basically, they could come and take your money whenever they want to, legally. All right? And things like public debt. And somebody, oh, you wrong. You don't know what you're talking about. I bet you that they could shut this place down, take everybody's money like they did when they took everybody's gold back in the early 1900s, when they took everybody's gold. All right? They can do that whenever they want to. And it's legal because it's written into everything. It's written into the banking system. All right? And right now, okay, what are they doing? All right? Extraordinary measures means we could come and take your money. You best believe that. All right? Now, let's move forward here. All right? So they did default. All right? Let's see. U.S. has defaulted on what do we call it? National debt? So let's see if they're going to say anything. U.S. has D. One year, 4 days. What happens if the U.S. defaults on its debt? Well, it did. 1 day, U.S. hits debt ceiling, prompting extraordinary to avoid default. Right. Okay, so they haven't defaulted. Why? Because they're taking your money. Looming debt ceiling crisis awaits Congress as Treasury warns of possible default in months. Okay, so they haven't defaulted yet. All right, what they're doing is they're paying it down like they showed in the previous illustration. All right. And how are they doing that? Okay. Bank of America taking money out of accounts. We did this, I believe it was 2 days ago, but now we're in that time. This is 2 days, 1 day. Technical glitch removed money from some of Bank of America's customers. You think it was a technical glitch? And for that matter, we're in the middle of a war right now. Could the Russians, for example, have been waiting for this moment to send up a cyber attack and take as many people's money and then point the finger at America and the debt ceiling situation? Woman impacted by Bank of America Zelle glitch speaks out. Let's find out what's going on.
By advertising on YouTube, I catch the...
Slovakia. Let's see what Eve has to say. She got her money took.
My birthday's tomorrow. I have literally none. I think I have $3 to my name.
Tonight, Bank of America says an earlier glitch that caused customers' bank accounts to show a zero balance has been fixed.
But that's not the story we're getting from irate customers.
Natalie Bomke here to explain what happened. Natalie.
Dawn and Corey, this specifically involves transactions made through the money transfer service Zelle. Bank of America customers reported transactions that had already posted to their accounts were suddenly gone.
And this isn't about Zelle, and this isn't about transfers. People had money in their account one day, the next day they ain't got no money, having nothing to do with a transfer. This is a distraction away from what's actually going on.
Leaving their accounts in the red. Then, when customers tried to reach out to the bank or go in person, they were either turned away or got a busy signal. Bank of America put out a warning on its mobile app saying Zelle transactions made between January 14th and January 17th may be delayed in occurring and posting to accounts as requested. Transfers will be completed and will appear in your account activity and balances as soon as possible. Zell clarified the issue was strictly with Bank of America. We
I
spoke
worked
with
hard,
Serena
and then
Hartfield of
it's
Calumet
payday.
City, who said today was supposed to be payday, but tonight her check still isn't in her account. And the bank told her to come back in the middle of February to get it straightened out.
Why is that? Because they need that money, right, to show that they are not defaulting, right? Where do you think this is going?
Check my account, noticed that $2,689 was not in my account, and that's exactly how much my check would have been. I called the branch. I called the bank. The bank was not accepting any calls. I went to a branch. When I went to the branch, the line was around the corner.
Bank of America is doubling down tonight, saying the issues have been resolved and deposits and transfers are starting to reappear in customer accounts.
Doubt it. Okay. And that's not the point. The point is why is all of this going on at this moment during the debt ceiling crisis? Okay. And what is this pointing toward? All right. This is pointing towards we're not going to deal with cash anymore. Okay. Where is that going? It's going to, let's get it. We'll go ahead and cut it short. All right. The elder apostle put up the Whole Foods entry and pay situation earlier today. Elder Apostle Tahar. This is 13. This is, how did I get Romans? Revelation 13, KJV. Come on, this thing is tripping. Revelation 13 and 16. Let me just go here. And 17. And that no man might buy or sell, save that he had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Okay? Here are the operative words. And that no man might buy or sell. Okay? We go back to this. We go back to her. Where's she at? This is about buying and selling. Okay? Your money. Buying and selling has to do with money. All right? Well, guess what's happening to the money right now? It's being changed over. All right? Everywhere in the world is going to digital, CBDC. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a charagma in their right hand or in their foreheads. All right? Everybody's going to be made to do this. All right? And now's the perfect time because the dollar is being devalued and losing its world currency status. Right? That's what this war is about in Eastern Europe, which is about to turn into World War III. It's about who is going to be the world currency, world reserve currency. All right? You got BRICS setting up, and you got the Saudis going over to BRICS, which is what was, propping the dollar up as the petrodollar. That's being done away with. And if they can't circle the wagons and get everybody to agree to a world order, if you will, then some bullets got to fly until they can do that. All right? And we all know where it's headed. But the point is that here's where we are. Okay? The debt ceiling, right, wasn't raised. So now, where are we at? Extraordinary measures. extraordinary, right? And you got a couple of months to make things happen. So things are speeding up, all right? Let me get the elder apostle real quick. The elder apostle Tahar, there's 4 of them. But let's see, where is it? I woke up to it today. Where is it? Is it this? Salakia. Bear with me. Right here. This is what I want you to see. Okay, what is this? It's the Elder Apostles channel. Washington, D.C. has a MOT to the B system set up at Whole Foods, okay? What is this? Scan to enter. Scan what? Scan what? Put a card in there, tap it, or just wave your hand, all right? Where is this going? The infrastructure is already here. If all you have to do is tap your card, you think that waving your hand, and there's video right now of people waving their hand across the same terminal as you would tap your credit card. It works. Wave your C-hip right over where you would tap your card, and it works if you already have the C-hip. All right? And these are facts. The infrastructure for the MOTB, which is the C-hip, is already being put in place under everybody's nose, and you still got false teachers leading people astray. Right? This is where we should be right now. Okay? Backbiting and fighting time is over. The so-called screaming at the top of your lungs that the so-called white man is the devil, right? Guess what? They're about to shut everything down with these hate speech laws. So, got to learn how to speak in code. Hey, the C-hip is the MOT to the B, the Mont B. All right, and that's the message right now. All right, move forward. We're almost out of here. All right, so with that, yeah, we're going to call it a day. We hope that the elect are edified. You brothers and few sisters, with that, we can say Shabbat Shalom.